She had her wedding dress. She booked her honeymoon. The invitations were mailed, the cake chosen, and in just 3 weeks, she was supposed to walk down the aisle, but she never made it. Instead, she walked out of a laundromat and disappeared forever. 4 months ago, YouTube true crime channels reignited this case, reminding the world of the bride-to-be who never returned home. Her name was Marilyn Niqui McCown. This story isn't just about a missing woman. It's about love, jealousy, danger, and the chilling question, what happened to Niqui? 25-year-old Marilyn Renee, Niqui McCown was vibrant, loyal, and full of life. A loving mother, engaged to be married to Bobby Webster, and working a stable job at a correctional facility. Friends described her as strong, funny, outspoken, the type who lit up every room she walked into. Her mother said she was excited. She wanted everything perfect for that wedding. For months, Niqui had been building her dream life, finalizing the guest list, planning her dress fitting, and practicing her signature, the one she would sign as a wife. She was counting down the days. Niqui loved Bobby. No one denied it. But like many love stories, this one wasn't smooth beneath the surface. Family noticed tension, arguments, moments where laughter died into silence. At her job inside a correctional facility, some inmates began showing interest in her. She complained that one of them became obsessively fixated. She told her mom, "Sometimes I feel watched." But she also didn't want drama to ruin her wedding happiness. She brushed it off. She moved forward. It was a Sunday afternoon, hot, ordinary, forgettable. Niqui drove to do laundry, right before her final wedding dress fitting. Surveillance shows her laughing, folding clothes, loading her SUV. No signs of fear, no sign she wouldn't return. She told her mother she'd be right back home. She even left meat thawing for dinner. But when evening came, no calls, no texts, no Niqui. Her fiancé Bobby assumed she got delayed. Her mother grew anxious. By nightfall, they were terrified. Niqui was gone. Days passed. No word from her. Search teams formed. Posters went up. Local news aired her face. This wasn't a woman who ran away. Her wedding was only 3 weeks away. Her dress paid for. Honeymoon booked. Her 9-year-old daughter waiting for her. And then something strange happened. Someone used her ATM card just hours after she vanished. Police traced the location. They found the card discarded near a dumpster. Her SUV was later found abandoned in a parking lot. Doors unlocked, keys missing. Inside were her basket of clean laundry, neatly folded. It looked staged, as if someone wanted it found. Investigators looked closely at the closest people, the fiancé, Bobby Webster. He was emotional, helped search, but many noticed his reactions fluctuated, calm one moment, frustrated the next. Some say he was distant during interviews. Others say he loved her deeply. But Bobby wasn't the only person in her life. An ex-boyfriend. She had recently bumped into her old boyfriend at the grocery store. Witnesses said he tried rekindling their connection. Could jealousy play a role? The inmate from her workplace. She had reported feeling uncomfortable with his attention. He had threatened her. A woman, desired by multiple men, days before her wedding. Police faced too many motives and too few answers. Several weeks later, an eerie detail surfaced. Niqui's wedding dress, which she adored, was never picked up. She missed her final fitting. She never called the boutique. She never emailed her planner. To a bride, that's unthinkable. Her mother said she prayed for that wedding. She lived for it. Something happened to her. She would never run. Then came the hardest news. The case went cold. And cold cases are graveyards for unfinished stories. Time passed. Months turned into years. Bobby moved out of state. Friends moved on with heavy hearts. Niqui's daughter grew up without her. True crime communities kept the story alive. And 4 months ago, YouTube channels brought it back, analyzing phone records, timeline inconsistencies, interviews, old police files, comment sections filled with theories. Was it the fiancé, the ex-lover, the inmate who obsessed over her, a stranger? In 2014, police searched a lake, believing they might find her SUV underwater. They found nothing. Niqui is still missing. No body, no remains, no confirmed suspect, only heartbreak, suspended in time. On August 11, 2001, instead of dancing at her reception, her family gathered in a church, not to celebrate a wedding, but to pray for answers. Her wedding dress still hangs unworn, shoes untouched, veil sealed in plastic, like a memory waiting to happen, but never did. Her mother keeps her room exactly the same, hoping one day someone will knock and say, "We found her." As weeks turned into months and months stretched into years, the investigation lost momentum. People moved on, leads dried up, phone calls stopped coming. But Niqui's family never did. They visited police weekly, clinging to hope, refusing to let her become another forgotten headline. Her mother would sit by the window every evening, staring at the driveway the way parents do when they're waiting for headlights that never arrive. Birthdays passed, Christmases passed, one empty chair at the table every year. Her daughter grew, life continued, painfully, around the space where Niqui should have been. True crime channels picked up the story years later, especially in the resurgence of missing person coverage online 4 months ago, and thousands of viewers felt the same chill. How does a bride vanish into thin air? How does a woman disappear with laundry still warm and a wedding she never got to wear? People flooded comment sections with theories. Was it someone she trusted? Did she sense danger? Why was her car placed back like a staged scene? But despite awareness, no confirmed breakthrough followed. Cold cases are like closed doors, and the key is always someone who still remembers. And Niqui's family remembers every detail. More than 2 decades have passed, and still, no body, no confession, no closure. Every year, her mother keeps her wedding dress preserved, wrapped carefully in plastic, as though one day Niqui might walk back in the door, smile and say, "Mom, I'm home. I just needed time." But reality is colder. Silence is louder than answers. The SUV remains a symbol, found exactly where it shouldn't have been, with laundry folded like someone wanted it discovered. And the saddest part? Niqui never got to say her vows, never got to dance at her reception, never wore the dress she paid for. Her story became caution, about possessive relationships, ignored red flags, and danger disguised as love. Many believe Niqui is out there somewhere. But the truth is locked away inside someone's memory, someone who has carried the weight of silence for years. Maybe the person responsible walks among us. Maybe they think the world has forgotten. But stories like this don't die, not when people keep telling them, not when videos like yours keep her name alive, because cases don't crack when evidence is found. They crack when awareness reaches the right ear, and that ear might be watching tonight. Niqui McCown should have been a bride. She should have walked down an aisle lined with flowers, smiling, nervous, excited for forever. Instead, her dress still hangs untouched, sealed in plastic like a memory frozen in time. Her disappearance left a hole, not just in her family, but in an entire community. A future erased. A daughter forced to grow up with questions instead of answers. And though decades have passed, the case of the bride who vanished before her wedding still whispers through every unsolved file room, every cold case meeting, every true crime discussion online. Someone knows what happened. Someone has a piece of truth, a story untold, a secret buried as deeply as she might be. Maybe they were scared then. Maybe they feel safer now. Maybe this video reaches someone who remembers one small detail. The detail that finally breaks the silence. Because cold cases don't close themselves, people close them. And as long as her story is told, as long as her name is spoken, Niqui McCown is not forgotten.